Well, it's time for our language exam. So today is our last day of language and our exam. So we're going to go over the directions so that you can follow these very carefully. If you have been watching the Abeko videos for the past 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 lessons, I'm sure that you got a lot of the review in that you needed to, because those were some really good review and going over those pages. And I really trust that you have been, because that really shows that you're mature and that you're ready to go into 5th grade because you are being responsible and taking all of those steps. Now, we're going to go over test 12, which is page 79 in your loose pages. I think we tore it out, so it's page 79. Section 1 is capitalization. It says write correct in the blank if the sentence contains no errors in capitalization. Right now, look at that carefully and say capitalization. So it's only in capital letters. I don't know how many times some students in 4th grade, they mark it as incorrect and they're looking at punctuation. We are not looking at punctuation in this section, only capitalization. Alright? Then it says, if the sentence has an error, write the word correctly. So in the blank, if you find an error, you're going to write the correct word in the sentence. Does that make sense? So you'll write it with a capital letter or without one. So some might have capital letters and they don't need them, and some might have no capital letter and it needs one. So whatever it needs, adjust that and put it in the blank. Does everyone understand? I hope you do. For those, now normally I don't tell you these kinds of things like hints or whatever, but because we are so far away, I will. There is one correct one in that first section. Only one. Alright, now let's go on to section 2. Section 2 is now punctuation. So now we're not looking at capitalization, only punctuation. Say that with me. Only punctuation. That's it for this section. So this is the same, almost the same thing. But what we're supposed to do is write correct or incorrect in the blank. In section 1, we wrote the incorrect word correctly. But in section 2, we're writing incorrect or correct. And then if it is incorrect, we are adding the correct punctuation in that sentence. Okay, so for example, the sentences that are incorrect, you're just going to add that one punctuation mark that they are missing. Okay, so look at those carefully. I will tell you that 3 of those are incorrect. Now, let's look at the next section. Subjects, verbs, and phrases. Put parentheses around each prepositional phrase. Remember that song? Da-na-na-na, aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along. All 46 of those words that you guys I know have memorized, those are your prepositions if it has a best friend, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to put parentheses around each prepositional phrase. And let me see. For each sentence, there is just one prepositional phrase, okay? Then you're going to underline the verb twice. That means if it has a verb phrase, like more than one verb, be looking for those carefully. And also underlining your subjects once, okay? So underline subjects once, verbs twice, and put parentheses or like a little hug around your prepositional phrases. And there's one for each sentence. Section 4, parts of speech, and I know you guys did something like this in your pages the other day because I helped one of you with those. So, your parts of speech, you have verbs. You know what those do? They are words we memorize. Then nouns name, right? Pronouns take place of nouns. Adjectives describe nouns and pronouns. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Prepositions, aboard, about, above, cross, after, yeah. And then conjunctions, fanboy, for, nor, but, or, yeah. Interjections, they come at the beginning, show extreme or strong feeling. Well, I know you're like, why are you telling us all this? Because I've missed being around with you guys and teaching you, so I'm just getting it all in there. So, for section 4, you're going to list the part of speech that it is. Answers can be used more than once, and some are not used at all. Okay, so not everyone has to be used. Okay, just look at each italicized word and decide what it is. Okay. Now remember, adjectives describe nouns and pronouns. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Right? Right. Okay. Section 5 says to pick the correct word in the blank. And you've been doing this with me for a while, for a few days, so do those carefully. Number 1 through 10, just put the right word in the blank. Section 6 on page 81 says using plural nouns in sentences. Write good sentences following these directions. Okay, there's 2 parts. Write an imperative sentence, so remember what an imperative sentence says, using the plural of knife. Okay, an imperative sentence using the plural of knife. And then for number 2, write an exclamatory sentence using the plural of party. So you're doing plurals and you're doing one's an imperative and one's exclamatory, okay? Section 7, diagramming. Okay, so you're going to put subject, verb, and diagram every single word on that sentence. So you'll have a subject, verb, adjectives, or adverbs. No rockets. And I believe that's it for this, but I know you're like, that's it, that's a lot. That is a lot, but you're going to do a great job. What I really recommend is that you just do it carefully, and I want you to pray before you take this. And I want you to sit and find a spot, and I want you to pray and ask the Lord to help you, and I want you to take your time. I want you to take a deep breath, relax, it'll be fine. Think clearly, do your best, and most importantly, don't forget to upload. Don't forget to upload. Please don't forget to upload. There's a few of you that are not uploading lately, and your tests and quizzes are accumulating, so everything is due by May 28th. Alright, I love you, and I will see you later. Bye! Also, don't forget, no Zoom meeting today, okay? Bye, love you.